Oh, hey there. I was doing some light reading about a hypothetical World War III. What's that? You'd like to play a solitaire war game set during World War III? Well, then you're in luck, because today I'm taking a look at Forward Defense 85, Company Command in World War III. This is a solitaire war game designed by Ethan Redrup and published by Strategist Games. All right, so Forward Defense 85 is a Kickstarter that I backed that just arrived within the last couple weeks. By the time this video is filmed and uploaded, the game may have been out for a little while, but it is first game from Strategist Games. Very interested in it. The theme, solitaire designed, had to check it out, right? So Forward Defense 85. Company Command. So it is platoon scale. So each of the units will be a platoon, so multiple vehicles. You can see a look at the back here. Solo tactical campaign game. It's a solitaire tactical tabletop war game where the player leads a company-sized NATO element in a hypothetical realistic World War III. So the system manages the Warsaw Pact forces, Soviet forces. You command the NATO platoons and company. You can see here, time estimated 60 to 90 minutes. Low to medium complexity, solitaire, 14 plus, so 13 or younger. Close this video right now. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead, open her up quick, and take a look. Okay. So decent size box, very average size, very average thickness. Almost like the type of box you would get from a Blue Panther published game. All right, so the game does use D20s here, so you get 4 of them. Have our cards, which we'll look at them in a minute. The rulebook, which is very nicely spiral bound, so I'm a big fan of that. So type of rulebook you can flip through easily. You can find what you want, fold it like that. Very nice. Really like the fact that it is spiral bound. You usually got to pay extra for a rulebook like that. Not heavy rule set as all you can see. It's pretty thin rulebook here. I think we're at 16 total pages, 15 only, and that, here's the last one is some modifiers, credits. Player aid looks like right here. Too bad that's not printed out separately, but that's okay. We'll make our own copy and print one out. So there's some pictures in here, a little bit of examples, table of contents. Again, as usual with my recons, my unboxings, I'm just trying to show off the game, trying to show off what's in here, but I'm not trying to teach it. That comes later. And as always, if there's something you want to see more clearly or just take longer to look at, and I've scrolled through it too fast, I've gone past it, make sure you're watching in 4K. Click the gear icon in the bottom corner, and then pause it, and then you can go ahead and you should be able to get a good image of what you're seeing. So it's got the regular rules for setting up a campaign, for deploying in each of the missions. You can see there's AI rules. Yeah, so not a lot of pictures in there. It looks like there's some pictures for firing, and I believe I saw some for line of sight. Yep, so get a little bit of that. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of text, although it's a fairly large text. So again, I'm not expecting a firing example here, which is nice to see. So again, boom, there you go. 13 pages, you're done with the actual game rules. So let's go ahead and look at the game itself here. There's these components. So you have your campaigns and you go on missions, right? So you have the Hanover campaign, 1985. And this is on card stock here. I don't know if the same. Oh, yep. So looks like we're looking at things like the objective, right? So hold Warsaw Pact forces back from the city of Hanover until reinforcements can arrive. Campaign length will be 6 battles, so you'll play out 6 battles on the tactical board, which I'll show off in a second. And it gives you some backstory, your units, the platoons, right? So Abrams platoon, Bradley platoon, M113 platoon, A-10 airstrikes, artillery, helicopter support. Oh, and then on the back, the enemy forces here. So telling you what they are. You're rolling D20, remember, D20s are a big part of the game. So for the combat, for rolling, you're rolling with D20s. For attrition, you're rolling D20s, etc., etc. All right, what else we got here? So is it just the one? Oh no, there's two. So there's 2 campaigns. And let's look at this tracker here. So campaign tracker for Hanover. Which mission you're on, start, player attrition, enemy attrition, momentum, commander prestige, battle result. And then each of your platoons, I don't know if you give them a nickname or what exactly that's for. Oh, unit quality, any losses after the recovery phase. Okay. So again, it's sort of the game describes it, he describes it as sort of a war game / RPG elements. I don't know how much role-playing there is. Definitely seems a little bit of that sort of narrative element of keeping track of units and then, they're going to take losses. I don't know if they go up in experience, but they definitely looks like they'll take some losses. Okay, and then you have Helmstedt as the other scenario. Delay the initial Warsaw Pact offensive long enough for NATO offenses to organize. Sounds familiar. And then I know that there is, I think there's a expansion. I do not have that, but same deal. Just describes everything. Units at the bottom. So this one looks like you have German Leopards and Martyr, and then the enemy forces on the back, and then keep track of it here. So and these are good thick card stock. All right, so we have the counters and then the map tiles. So we'll look at the counters quick. So I've looked at everything here. They're kind of interesting printed. I'm not sure what printer or where they get printed. Here they are. So again, you should be able to pause it if you want, take a look at everything. So not double-sided, right? So just the front side. Printing looks all right. It does not look great. Definitely not, any sort of individually die cut, anything like that. Obviously, we're talking about a small, first game published by them. So if you want to call a small time publisher or just first time publisher. Let's see how they punch. I'm a little worried about that, but okay. Oh, actually, that was not too bad. So looking at a couple Abrams counters here. So it looks like you got a little bit of side tufts on the counters. Trim those off if you want. So the cards themselves, we'll look at them in a second. You'll have the number. So for this Abrams, the 001, 002, those numbers will be, the unit ID will be on the cards for them, which I'll show off in a second here. All right. And of course, so you have Abrams, Bradley, Leopards, armored personnel carriers. And then you have the Soviets, T-64s up to T-72s, T-80s, BMPs. So you get the idea. All right, anti-tank guided missiles here. So maybe keep track of ammo, maybe. That I don't know for sure. All right, and then another sheet here. Looks like a little bit more. Yeah, there's kind of some dust on everything, so maybe from the printing process, but blow off the dust here. Suppression, dismounted, KO, prep position, suppress, artillery, airstrike. So just status markers, things like that. And then the numbers here, not sure what those are for. Maybe for quality rating on the units. And finally, we'll look at the map or map tiles. So it's tile based, right? So you are, for the 3, 4, 5, or 20 of them. I believe the maps are set up with 12, so it's randomized, right? So you are, and they're nice and thick. They're definitely nice and thick here, but you're going to be setting them up, choosing randomly. So flip them upside down or just don't look at them. Choose 12 randomly. And you'll be setting up based on, the arrows based on, and then looking north, right? So, where the text is, forest, plains, town, etc., facing, north or facing up. But take a look at that if you need to. Pause if you need to. So, decent looking. I mean, not going to win any awards for the art, but looks clear. Looks like and obviously it's not hex, right? Each square you're going to be moving your units around on. Looks like it's going to be pretty clear. So, you're moving your Abrams, you're defending, and again, you're going to pop these out, right? So you're going to, and oh, well, that may be an adventure to pop them out. So, I'm going to have to cut through them, it looks like. So it looks like the die job cut on these is a little rougher than it was on the counters. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have to use a box cutter. So what I'll do is just give a heads up, because I know I've done many games like this. Box cutter looks like at the corners here. Look at the corners where it's still attached. Just take your box cutter, put it on top of something, a magazine or something, a couple magazines, newspaper, and just put the box cutter through those corners, and I bet that's gonna be enough to pop them out. So won't do that right now. Do that off camera before I start playing. But you have your units, right? And they're gonna be moving around. That should be the top, should be the front. And now we can look at the cards here. So I want to show you guys kind of how they relate. So you have these deployment cards, and these are the stack of cards. By the way, they are very nice linen finished, actually. So if you can see that, there you go. You can kind of see that in the light. Very nice linen finish, good quality cards. So, counters and everything, average at best. These cards, though, are definitely high quality cards. So you have these deployment cards. These are clearly for the AI for drawing to see no deployment, company 3 deploys, no deployment, no deployment, one is company 1, etc. So pretty simple there. And then you have your NATO units, and you have your Warsaw Pact units. So take a look at them. So these are where you have those tanks, you know, armored personnel carriers, etc. Martyr 1. And this is where I meant the unit ID in the top corner. So for instance, right, those Abrams that had the 001, you'd be match that up with your card. So you'd find your Abrams, which, what do we got here? So Martyr, Leopard, and I'll cover them some of the numbers on here in a second. So say you have your Abrams here, right, 001, just like the counter we had. And you're going to have quality. I believe maybe that was those status markers with the numbers on each of the sides. I believe that maybe for that. Any special rules for it? Abrams had, right, the stabilizer. Your movement rating, soft attack, hard accuracy, maybe hard attack. Again, D20. So you see, 14, 16, 14. Those are for D20. Your range when you're shooting, and then your armor, front armor and side armor. So 7 in front, 3 on the sides. Definitely want to, if you get hit, you don't want to get hit, but if you do, you want to get hit in the front. So you'll have, your map set up. You'll have your units out there. You'll have your cards. You'll have the Warsaw Pact cards, which is go ahead and look at them. T55 here. All the same, right? The statistics, the stats for the particular tank, any special rules, their quality, unit ID to match up with the counter. I do like the cards, very clear, like the artwork on them, very clear. Actually, the thing that's probably most out of the artwork that I'm a little kind of bummed is the units counters themselves. It's kind of boring with the side silhouette. It does look clean though, so it'll be nice when you have a bunch on the map, nice and clean. So that will, hopefully when it comes to actually playing it, that won't be a problem. I'm sure it won't be. That huge barrel in the T80. Looks very good, very good. Okay, I think that's it. We covered everything, didn't we? Yep, that is... What game is this? Oh, of course, it's Forward Defense 85. Company Command in World War III. Cards are very attractive. Maps okay. Counters are okay. Hey, is it fun to play? I'm going to figure that out real quick. I definitely plan to cover this one on my channel. So if you're seeing this video, look forward to playthroughs and review videos covering this game. Again, Forward Defense 85, Company Command in World War III. From... He did not put his name on the front of the box. I would if I was him, assuming it's his game anyway. There it is. Design. Ethan Redrup. Graphic design. Trey Redrup, Justin Gibson, Jason Bowles. Art, M. Evan Colleen. And Tanks Encyclopedia. And we'll thank you here for a couple guys. Chuck Seegert. We know him, right? Designer of Stuka Leader and Zero Leader. But yeah, Forward Defense 85, Company Command World War III. Coming soon to Wargame channel near you. All right. Until next time, everybody. Later.